hate to say it, but it's time to start thinking about parking your bike for hibernation. Let's talk about it. Hey guys, welcome back to the ATGATT Show, your guide to buying off the rack. My name is Ariel, aka the Little Big Girl. Now, keep in mind, everything I talk about is really my opinion based off of my experience selling motorcycle gear and apparel for 7 seasons, as well as all of my customer feedback and conversations with tons of different brand reps, suppliers, and professionals in this industry. You may not agree with me. You may have someone tell you something completely different. That is all totally okay. There are so many factors for buying off the rack. Most importantly, your budget. So just use this as a guide to making the right purchase for you. Finally, things are always evolving in this industry, so if you know something I don't know, share it with the class. Respectfully leave it in the comments below, and maybe we can talk about it in a future video. There's a million videos out there on winterizing your bike. So how will this one be different? It won't, but we're gonna do it anyway. And someone else is probably going to do the exact same thing. Here are some things you will need. Fuel stabilizer, 2 to 4 liters of oil, oil filter, oil pan, chain lube, chain clean brush, battery tender, and possibly a disc lock and bike cover depending on where you're storing your bike. You don't need a rear stand, but it will definitely be helpful. First of all, give your bike a quick wash. Wash away this season's dirt and drama to make way for the next. And it's just nicer to store a clean bike rather than a dirty one. Shut up! It's true. Oh, I even wrote, do as I say, not as I do. What's wrong with me? For this next part, you will need to know your gas tank's capacity. If your tank is empty, fill it halfway or so. Add some fuel stabilizer per the instructions from the bottle. It will be a specific amount for your tank size. Then, fill your tank to full. Run your bike for a few minutes so the stabilizer can get into the engine. If your tank is already full before adding the stabilizer, don't worry about it. Run your bike a little longer to make sure it gets mixed into the system. Now, what is fuel stabilizer? Fuel stabilizer is an additive that keeps the gasoline in your tank from destroying your engine while your bike is sitting. When gasoline sits for long periods of time, like an off-season, it oxidizes. The oxidization can create a gumminess or a varnish inside your engine, and the fuel stabilizer acts as an antioxidant to prevent this. This also keeps your fuel fresh for longer, which means when you're ready to start for the season, you simply turn the key and go. It's a simple step that easily gets forgotten, so don't forget. Another good thing to do is to clean and lube your chain. This is kind of a pain in the butt to do if you don't have a stand, but it's not impossible. You'll just have to roll your back bike and forth, or have a friend who can help you by balancing the bike on the kickstand, so your rear wheel is free. To prep, I like to lay some cardboard on the ground and put a piece in between the chain and the wheel and rotors. Next, start cleaning your chain using the chain cleaner, chain brush, and a rag to wipe up any excess. Once you're satisfied with the clean, lube your chain. This is really where having a friend or a stand comes in handy. And now you have a clean chain that's ready to go when you are. Next up is an oil change. Get some gloves, it could get messy. First, set up your oil pan underneath your motorcycle. I like to put mine a little bit more forward because of the initial waterfall. Then unleash the Kraken. Once it's drained, replace the filter. Careful not to over torque it, hand tightened is enough. Now it's time to refill. Most bikes have a little oil window and just fill it until the window is about 2/3 full. But let's dig a little deeper into the different kinds of oil. What in the world do these numbers mean? To be honest, I've never actually been curious until I started preparing for this episode. These numbers refer to the viscosity of the oil at low and high temperatures. The W actually means winter. This means that in the cold, the oil will have a viscosity of 10, and in warmer temperatures, it will have a viscosity of 40. The lower the number, the thinner the oil. Thinner oil circulates quicker through the engine, which means less wear and tear on your engine during cold starts. Conversely, the higher the number, the thicker the oil. The thick viscosity will act as a lubricant and protect your engine in high heat and pressure. Now, how do you know which viscosity to use? 10W40 is the most common one, but some brands recommend otherwise. For example, Ducati prefers 15W50. Check with your manufacturer which they recommend for your specific bike. Once you've picked the viscosity, you need to pick the type of oil: mineral, semi-synthetic, or full synthetic. Mineral oil is basic and the cheapest option. It will offer moderate protection for your engine, and you will need to change your oil more frequently. Synthetic oil is chemically engineered and offer better performance, better protection, and lasts longer. It is the superior product, and the cost is reflective of that. Semi-synthetic is the happy middle ground between the two. Something to keep in mind is that not all synthetic oils are equal, but I won't get into that right now. That may be its own episode. Finally, a really good thing to do is to put your battery on a battery tender. This is important for the health of your battery and will help it last longer. When initially preparing your battery for tending, you may need to install a lead. This attaches to your battery and the wire sticks out of the fairings. At the end of the lead is a little plug. This is where you can plug the tender into. And now you don't have to take your seat on and off to access your battery. If your bike is stored in a place where you cannot easily keep a tender plugged in, I suggest taking your battery out of the motorcycle and keeping it inside of your home for the winter. Batteries are expensive. Better to take care of the one you have rather than buy a new one next season. If you have stands, that's a bonus. If you don't worry about it. Flat spots on the tires aren't something to really worry about unless you're taking hiatus from riding for a year or more. Other things to consider to protect your motorcycle are a disc lock, bike cover, or alarm system, depending on where you're storing your motorcycle. Another idea is to put air tags or other trackers. Unfortunately, none of these can guarantee your bike's safety if you're parking it in a public or easily accessible area, but they do act as deterrents. And I think that's it. If you do all these things, you don't need to worry about periodically turning on your bike in the winter, and your bike can peacefully hibernate until the April showers bring May flowers. I know this is a lot of information, but I hope this does help you prepare and protect your bike for this off-season. If you have more questions, this is where having a trusted local tech comes in handy. They can use their expertise and experience to get your bike how you need it. Support local and they'll support you back. If you want more content like this, hit subscribe and shoot me a follow at The Little Big Girl. Thanks for watching and happy shopping. Yes!